Alright. Okay, welcome everybody. Today we're going to be talking about whiff punishing. Relatively short, but part 1 will be on offensive whiff punishing, part 2 will be on defensive whiff punishing, part 3 will be on neutral whiff punishing. Again, relatively short, but I want to start off with offensive whiff punishing. There's not really much to it, but what I have set Akuma to do is to just press medium kick after he blocks a button. So the reason why I have him set up as pressing medium kick right after I press a button is because in situations where you are, I turned it off right now, but in situations where you are advancing towards your opponent and you are pressuring them, trying to open them up, something that will look like this when you walk up to them and you press that button and you want to continue pressure because you cannot throw them anymore from right here. You're unable to throw them, you're too far away, so you would like to continue your pressure by advancing towards them. Something that an Akuma player would do is press medium kick or press a crouching medium kick to check you from advancing towards them. So let's show that again. I wish it wasn't immediately right after they block the button. I wish there was like a little delay before they pressed the medium kick, but I can't do that. I don't know how to set that up. So for now, this is just what we're gonna do. So we press that crouching strong, and then Akuma presses his medium kick. This is the scenario that I want you to think about, that you're pressing crouching strong, not just with Ken, but with any character that you're advancing with, and you're too far away to throw from right here, so you need to continue your pressure somehow, right? You need to continue your pressure somehow. There will be times where your opponent will see that, okay, he's too far away for anything, and he just showed me that he wants to get back in and continue his pressure. So the next time that he presses a button and tries to get in, I'm gonna press my button to check him, to stop him from advancing towards me. That could be Akuma's medium kick, that could be Balrog's crouching strong, that could be pretty much any quick button that could check you. Oftentimes it's best to do a light button in this situation, but you would get more from a medium button as the defender. So they, depending on the normal that they're checking you with, or whatever they're comfortable with, that's probably that you want them to press that button so you could whiff punish them. So let's say that you are advancing towards your opponent. You're advancing towards your opponent. Well, if you know that he's going to try to check you from advancing towards him, like I'm doing right now, if you know that he's going to try to eventually check you, what you do is this. Oops. Oh my god. There we go. My apologies. Now, it might not be directly right after you press a button, like Akuma's doing right now, but this is because of the training mode setting. But I want you to keep in mind, this is what I'm trying to show you. That after you press a button, there's that little weird stalemate. Are you going to keep going again? Are you going to keep trying to advance towards him? And then he might press the button. But essentially, you're going to press your button, pause for a second, and see if he presses his button. See if he presses his button. To try to check you from walking at him. So you stop your offense to see if he's going to try to check you. Like that. Because if he doesn't press that button, or if he doesn't check you at all, that could tell you that you are able to continue your pressure. For him to stop your pressure, for him to stop you from doing this over and over again, he has to at least press a jab, or he has to at least press a medium kick or a low medium kick, something to stop you, to check you. You want him to try to check you. And once he tries to check you, you could... Then the mind games come in. Then you start messing with his head. Am I going to advance forward? No. Am I going to advance forward? No. Am I going to advance forward? Well, you got to position yourself properly. Make sure you position yourself properly. Because if you're too close, you could get checked like that. If you're too close, you could get checked still. Even though you're plus right there. But you understand what I mean. It's the want to continue advancing towards your opponent. So that's pretty much an offensive whiff punish in Street Fighter V. Is when you are pressuring your opponent and you see that he's getting flustered and eventually he's going to try to check you. Now, it all depends on what button your opponent presses as well, because he could do this. He could also do this. He could press his stand fierce. He could press his stand jab. More than likely, characters with 3 frames are going to try to stand jab you. Or... Oh, Jesus. Gotta mash it. And it still wasn't reversal. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, so it all depends on the button that your opponent is pressing. You could get checked like that. See? Before this was working from that range, but you could, oops. From right here it was working because the medium kick would whiff. But if you're in this same range, you could get stand fierced. So you have to press your button a little further away to whiff punish. Again, he's going to press that button because he thinks that you're going to try to advance towards him. Now, that's a riskier button to press, but of course, it will happen. There's plenty of times where this situation can happen because he's afraid of you advancing towards him. Now, another option that he could do is this. You could also punish the stand jab. It would be very hard for you to do, which is why if you see him always just pressing... See, this is where the layers start coming in. Watch. Your goal is not to whiff punish the stand jab. Your goal is not to whiff punish that button. Your goal is to whiff punish these buttons. Watch, I'll show you right now. So your goal is to whiff punish these types of buttons. Is he going to ever do the medium kick? There we go. That's what you would want to whiff punish. But if he's doing stand jab, then you focus your offense not on whiff punishing him on offense, but to frame trap him better. And then that would go into a lesson of frame traps. But essentially, if you see your opponent is jabbing you after he blocks a button, that just tells you that you could do this. So if he's always just pressing jab right after, right? See what he's doing after you press a button. A far-ranging button that's going to allow you to at least advance towards him. And if he keeps pressing that, then all you got to do is this. Bam. You might not get a lot out of it, but it's still a hit. And it still makes him think twice about pressing his button. So you're not... See, so the offensive whiff punish game also leads to frame traps as well if your opponent is pressing a 3-frame button. Because you can hit him out of it, and you'll get the counter hit. Just like that. For Ken, you could even do this. Oops. Bam. So let's say your opponent never presses fierce or never presses medium kick to try to stop you from coming in at him. He never presses that, and he's just always mashing 3 frames and it's stopping you. Well, if you're a Ken player and you know that this is going to happen because he's done it 2 times in a row, then Oops, the back strong fierce will whiff, so you just got to cancel the back strong. Because watch what happens. Watch what happens if he doesn't press. Watch what happens if he doesn't press the stand jab. See? I'm buffering into the medium tatsu. I'm buffering into the medium tatsu once I press the back strong. But the back strong is only going to hit if he presses the jab from that range. So there's mind games going on there with your offensive whiff punishing. The frame traps. So again, let's go over that one more time. Your offensive whiff punish. If your opponent is pressing a button, a medium button or a heavy button, to try to check you from advancing towards him, then you could set your offense to whiff punish. Set your offense to whiff punish. See, I don't know which button he's going to press. Right now, I don't know if he's going to press medium kick or fierce. So I have... But that knowledge comes from you playing against your opponent. This is just training mode. That knowledge of what button is he going to press comes from you being in that situation, doing it to him, and either getting hit by his button or him whiffing his button. Then you get to see, okay, he seems to be going for this button a lot. And again, it's not directly right after you block or right after he blocks the button like it's showing in training mode. Because in a real match, it probably won't flow like that. The pace of the match won't flow like that, where he's immediately just going to press a button right afterwards, a heavier button or a medium button. It might be just a second afterwards. So you want to be careful. You want to be careful. But I'm just showing you what exactly you could do to set up an offensive whiff punish. It's the fact that you are pressuring, you're pressuring your opponent with these. You're pressuring your opponent with those mediums that you're walking up with. And he's going to eventually try to check you with his medium button or his heavy button. You just have to position yourself properly to know that it's going to come at any second, and then bam. See that right there, I thought he was going to press medium kick, but he pressed fierce instead. So it all depends on what your opponent's pressing.